Welcome! Whoa. Hello, and welcome to my video. This is called Arco is bored, because Arco is bored all the time. What is this called? Oh yeah, my red hoodie. Anyways, so I'm just gonna sit here and talk about stuff that's really random. Did you know this isn't actually my full suit? This is actually just like my hands and my head. Oh, and my tail. Ugh. I don't know why I'm wearing it though, because I'm sitting in a seat right now, in the chair, as you can see. So, I don't know why I'm wearing my tail, but I am. So, woo! Yeah! Anyways, I think today I'm going to talk about a topic that, a lot of YouTubers talk about, at least, fursuiters, that, I don't know, it kind of, gets me a little agitated, because it's true what they talk about, but it's not really. How to join the fandom. Obviously, the most basic way to join the furry fandom is by saying to yourself, man, I really like these animal things, whatchamacallits, cartoons. Kind of like this dog right here. So, I like anthropomorphics. That's what they're called. Therefore, I'm a furry. That's it. That's as easy as it gets. Just like it and bam, you're a part of the fandom. That's it. You don't even need a character. But this brings me to my point here, which is you kind of do need a character. And just liking the subject, although it makes you part of the fandom, doesn't really make you part of the community itself. You have to get involved in that. And that is what I'm going to talk about. So, I think the first thing that a person would have to do to join the fandom would be to create their own personal character. For instance, I've got Arco. This is Arco right here. Wow, look at that. And there's going to be a ref sheet. Look at that ref sheet. It's beautiful, right? I didn't draw it, but it's still beautiful. And that's what really, you need. You just got to create your own character. It doesn't even have to be your own, your person. You know what I mean? It can just be a character that you made up. It doesn't even have to represent you. But that does, you should create a character that represents yourself. And that's called your persona, which is basically the cartoon embodiment of you, of yourself. For instance, my persona is not Arco. Arco is just my suit, or another character that I have. Arco is not who I am. I'm actually, I think if I have my badge with me. Give me 1 second. I am not Arco. My persona is, hold on, Lyte. It's a husky. I know it doesn't look like a husky from this picture here, but I assure you that's exactly what I am. And I like to wear hats. That's why I'm wearing a hat in this badge that I had commissioned for me. I have a little tongue sticking out. But anyways, this is who I am. This is my cartoon embodiment, my little dog character. That's me. That's my persona. That's what you should have to start off to join the fandom. It's just create your own character, your own persona that embodies who you are. Great! So you've got yourself your own character. Now what? Well, now you gotta draw it. So to draw it, you can either, draw it yourself if you got exceptional skills, and even if you don't have exceptional skills. If you just like to draw things, just draw your character. Of course, if your drawing skills aren't wonderful, you're going to want to either commission somebody to draw your character for you by drawing out or writing out a description of your character, and then paying someone to draw it for you. Or, if you're a lazy bum who doesn't have any money, which is a good thing, I'm like that, I don't have any money, you create your own character by finding a free base or line art online, and basically just coloring it in. It's like coloring a coloring book with a template of, a dog, a wolf, a fox, whatever, and then just putting in your own colors and designs into the template. I'll show you a picture. That right there, that is a picture of my persona, Lyte. Obviously, this is a pretty, poorly drawn picture. Not because it's poorly drawn, because I colored it myself, so it doesn't look terribly professional. But of course, I have other art of my character that is slightly more professional. And here's some more art of my character. You've got the headshots, the badges, portrait here and there, stuff like that. So, that's a good way to start. Create your character in your head, draw it, or, commission someone to draw it, or, use line art. So get art of your character. Okay, so now you've got a built-in character, you're good to go, you're ready to mingle, but how do you do that? Well, that's where it gets a little bit more complicated. There are various websites that you can use, including social media, to try and like put yourself out there and meet people. You've got your Facebooks, your Twitters, what else do people use? Tumblr, DeviantArt, that sort of stuff. And then you've got your specific websites tailor-made for the fandom. This includes Furry Affinity. I'll be putting links in the bottom because, everyone wants to see, right? So you got your FA, Furry Affinity. Weasel is popular nowadays. Ink Bunny is kind of popular. That's really it for now. People have been using Telegram a lot, and that's a phone app. I'll try to link it in the description. I don't personally use it, but it's really popular these days with the new crowds, But, yeah, so put yourself onto those websites, look around for friends, try to make groups, that sort of thing. Chat with people. People are usually really friendly, so if you, leave a shout on their page, try not to be a creeper and message people, just private messaging them, because generally they don't respond well to that. So just leave a shout on their page, be like, oh, I really love your character, I really love your art, can we be buddies? Like that sort of thing. And I'm sure, people are pretty friendly, so, they can give you their Skype and you guys can talk to each other. So that's a good way to get involved in the community, by creating your character, going on these websites, trying to, talk to people, post things, that sort of thing. Another way to get involved, if you aren't, an internet kind of person, or if the internets just aren't working out for you, is to look online and try to find a local group. There are lots of local groups of furs, especially around, the U.S. I live in PA, and there's a group called Eastern Fur Meets, and they meet down in the Philadelphia area every, once a month. They have a fur bowl. So, we meet each other once a month. I get to be Arco once a month and be fluffy and cute for all the people. We talk to each other, we make friends, that sort of thing. So try to find a local group that you can intermingle with. I mean, you can even try to start a club at your school or at your college or whatever. It's a good way to make friends, a good way to, enter the community in a more realistic way. If you want to meet a lot of people at once and make friends really fast, a good way to do that is to go to a convention, a FurCon. And if you look online, just Google FurCons near me or a list of furry conventions, I'm sure you'll find lots of them everywhere, and there's bound to be at least one in your area or in your state. So just look that up, and it's a lot of fun. You got hundreds to thousands of furs all just intermingling and having fun with each other, and it's a really relaxed setting too. So, I'm sure you'll be nervous because there's a lot of other people, but in the end, you'll make a lot of friends. You'll make a lot of friends. And there's a good chance that you could really, really put yourself into the community solidly, a solid footstep into the community through these conventions. If you don't have the money, don't worry about it. There's still online, there's still the local groups. So, there's that. So really, that's basically it. Being a furry, is just liking anthropomorphics. You can totally call yourself a furry by just liking it. But if you really want to be part of the community, I suggest going onto these social media sites and finding groups online, finding groups in your area, so that you can really, really delve into the community, instead of just being on the fringes saying that you like the fandom. You know what I mean? It's a good way to get involved. Ta-da! Yeah, characters! I think maybe another thing that people like to think that they need in order to really be part of this fandom is a fursuit, but you don't really need that. I'd say a total of maybe 30% tops of furs have suits of their own, so you really don't have to worry about that. They're also really expensive, and if you end up dropping $1,000 on one of these, and then you're like, oh man, I can't believe I just dropped $1,000 for some foam and fur that, isn't really even helping me make friends. It's just sort of aesthetically pleasing. You might end up regretting the decision in the long run. Of course, I don't regret my decision because Arco's really cute and cuddly and fluffy and I love him to death. I love myself. Anyways, yeah, so owning a fursuit's not even, mandatory, even a little bit. People just like to think it is because it's the showiest and flashiest part of the fandom. Don't worry about that. If you don't have the money, don't even try. Because, in my opinion, I would rather spend a lot of money on a good quality suit than, $100 on foam and fur that looks like trash. So, don't worry about it. If you want to start saving, go ahead. But don't rush into that. It's a huge investment that you really shouldn't make unless you're 100% sure that you want to drop so much money on something so basically useless, honestly. So owning a fursuit's not mandatory. You don't even have to worry about that. Just make friends. Make friends, make art. Like, that's really what this community is about. That's what you should really strive for, is that close-knit community, you know, having that group of friends that you really like to hang around, going to cons every now and then, meeting at local furballs or fur meets, you know, that's what it's really all about. That's all for my boring video of the day, and I'll post another one next time I feel like it, which might be next week. I don't know. This might be a weekly thing. We'll see. Anyways, until then, spinning is tough work. I'll see you next time, Internet. Bye!